Hey everyone, this is Ryder from Skip, and I hope you're doing well. I have a quick and important update on the SBA EIDL advance and loan statuses and progress, since this is the number one question we continue to get from all of you. What's happening with the advances and the loans? How many people have been approved? What can I expect? Many of you are still waiting, or even if you have received the advance, you're still waiting for your loan, or you have a friend who has a business who's waiting to hear about their advance or loan. So that I'm going to get into some of the data and answer some of those questions here in this video. And at the end, I'm going to talk about a campaign we're doing to help small businesses, especially small businesses with online presences or storefronts, who are trying to reopen and encourage consumers to come back. So I'm going to talk about that at the end of this short video. So stay tuned. Thanks again for all your support and subscribing. It means so much. And if you would like to leave a comment to share your experience, whether you've been approved or not, it's really helpful, and I will be answering questions as well. So, all right, let's dive in. So here is the blog post we just put up on the latest SBA EIDL advanced status. Okay, so I'm not gonna dive into it in super detailed analysis, because I'm going to leave a link to this in the description and you can look at the numbers in more detail. But basically, advances approval continue to increase. Okay, so 16% of the SBA EIDL applicants have received some advance money. That's up about 9% in the last 3 weeks. So that's good. We are seeing continual progress, about 1 to 2% more approvals per week. That's still very slow, because most of us expected this advance money within 3 days and then we would wait on the loan. So it's still not good, but there is still progress being made. So if you're still patiently waiting, stay tuned. Now, I've done some of this data analysis in the past, but just want to show you the latest that we looked at. Approval odds still favor the early applicants. Okay, so we looked at, here's what's most interesting here. We looked at data, percentages of approval based on what application number you were. Were you in the first 200,000? If you were, you have a 23% chance of having an advance already. If you were in the first 400,000, 600,000, again, this is all based on self-reporting, but we can generally see the trend, right? Even though there is some margin for error in all of this as self-reported, but since we've helped close to 50,000 people, these do have some statistical significance here. So you can see about a quarter of you applying within the first million would have received some part of your advance, and probably you received it a few weeks ago. So by now, maybe many of you would have received a link to your SBA portal. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So anyway, look up your application number. This is also going to be linked on our Skip dashboard. Again, it's our free tracker at helloskip.com/loan tracking. And if you go there, you can self-report and see relative progress, and also see our daily chart of information too. If you applied, 3 million onwards, and this would have been around April 7 or 8, around there. So basically 10 days after the applications opened up, already 3 million people had applied. So if you had applied then, your odds of getting an advance are closer to 10%. Okay, so that's what we expected. And we did this for applications beginning with 3.3, which is 80% of the total applications. We will do more data soon on if you had an application that began with 3.6. That's about 15% of you had 3.6 and then 8 digits. Now, the trend is generally the same. What is most surprising, though, is that even though the SBA kept saying it's first come, first served, it's first come, first served, this is not what we would expect for first come, first served. We would expect a much higher approval for the earlier applicants. So this is surprising. And even given that this is self-reporting, and so there is some margin of error there, we would still expect this to be much higher than, let's say, the 3 millionth applicant. So that's the biggest surprise for us. Like I mentioned a minute ago, we predict approvals will continue to happen slowly, slow and steady. Uh, Fortunately or unfortunately, um, and also, a small percentage of you have told us that you have received a link to your portal, but never received an advance. So that's interesting, and it's a small percentage of you who maybe you didn't get the even 1K in the advance, but you're getting a link to your loan. So you can still use our tracker for that as well. I linked to a previous video from 2 weeks ago that showed step by step from application to advance to loan document what to expect, just for your reference on this post. And um, I'm going to show you briefly here. Let's see here on your dashboard. So I'm just going to show you if you have an advance and you receive it, you can self-report here, and once you mark it received, then in a few seconds, you will also be able to track your loan progress. So basically, you received an advance, now you're waiting for your loan, and you're waiting for that uh, email from the SBA that says log into your SBA account and see what your offer is. Basically, they will offer you a maximum amount, and you can decide to take less. So anyway, we've done that. In the case if you have not received your advance, email us hello@helloskip.com. We can um, basically create this for you manually. Okay. Um, Now, before I get into the last piece I mentioned about how we want to support small businesses, I will just say we just published also a few minutes ago regarding your stimulus check, why some people are receiving their stimulus checks via debit card and how to use them. Okay, 4 million people have received a debit card. If you hadn't received direct deposit and the IRS did not have your banking information, in some cases they would send you a debit card. So we just posted this on the helloskip.com/blog. It's a 2-minute read if you want to take a look. I'll link to that as well. And lastly, we are beginning to send out these window decals for small businesses for free. So we'll send more information about this soon. But if you had signed up for a tracker, and we have links here, or if you didn't get an EIDL loan but you still are interested in a decal, there's a link for that as well. But basically, you will have the option of having a window decal that allows you to stick it in your storefront and also have a listing on Skip. So consumers who are thinking about, I want to get back to supporting the businesses near me, like businesses like you can put that up to show that you obviously encourage and you want people coming back, and they will be able to find you on our website as well when they're thinking about, is it safe to go out or not. So thanks so much for watching. Again, we're going to continue to publish data. Please subscribe, especially if you have other numbers in the EIDL loans. We'll be publishing that later this week. Please stay safe and healthy, and if you can, stay home or at least stay socially distant and wear a mask. Take care.